Hey there, this is Jed Johnson from Diesel Crew, and I wanted to explain some grip strength training terminology to you. Today we're going to look at what exactly is a Fatman. A Fatman refers to an original style of blob, which the blob is 1/2 of a York 100-pound dumbbell. So here I have a York 100-pound dumbbell. So you can see 100 and then York. Now, this is where the term Fatman comes to play. The original York dumbbells were wider than the York dumbbells that came after them. So what happened was one of the sides of the head of the dumbbell ended up becoming a little bit flatter than the previous generations. So let's take a look at exactly what I mean there. On the left, we have a Fatman York. On the right, we have a non-Fatman. Now here's where the difference comes into play. You can see that the dumbbell overall is slightly narrower. Just by looking at it, you can tell that. But the biggest difference about it is the dumbbell is much flatter here. This blob is much flatter there. I would say there's a difference here as well, but the biggest significance is right here. When you try to pick that up right there, it is much easier to pick that one up than it is to pick this one up if you put your thumb in relatively the same spot. Now, how can you tell if what you have is a Fatman? Well, if you have the side that is non-numbered, all you have to do is turn it over. So we'll turn this one over, and you can see that it says USA on the bottom. If we turn this one over, you'll see that it does not say USA. So that is the difference. So let's go ahead and test. I've got a full, uncut 100-pound York dumbbell here. So I will just roll it over, look at the bottom, and you can see it does say USA right there. Flip this around, USA. So there you go. If you hear someone that's involved in grip strength training or grip sport, and you hear them talking about Fatman blobs, we're not talking about heavyset or overweight individuals. We're talking about a challenge implement that's used in some contests and one that is collected amongst the grip strength enthusiasts, because lifting a blob, no matter which one it is something to be proud of. But if you lift that Fatman blob, it's quite significant because it is much tougher to lift just because of the shape. Now, of course, there's other traits about the dumbbells that can have an influence on how difficult they are. The paint job, the condition of the blob, whether it's been sanded down, repainted, rusty, if it's dusty and dirty, all these things have an effect as well. But for the most part, what is a Fatman blob? It's one of the heads off an original style York 100-pound dumbbell.